Alrighty, I am going to go over today with you the assignments that you have right here. The Simplifying Linear Expressions 1 and Distributive Property. I'm going to put them both together on the same video because we're kind of doing them together today, and they won't take very long. So we're just going to make one video. All right, right here, Simplifying Linear Expressions. First of all, I want you to pay attention to this over here. It says, it is good form to write your algebraic expression with the term or terms that have a variable first. For example, 2x plus 3 rather than 3 plus 2x. Enter your answers in this format with no spaces between numbers, letters, or signs. All right, so simplifying linear expressions, we are simply going to combine the terms that are alike over here. So if we take a look over here, we have 3w plus 7 minus 9w. Well, I can immediately see two terms that look like each other. Now, you can use a highlighter if you want to and highlight those. So we're going to say that this 3w right here looks like this 9w. And we're also going to highlight the sign because these two are the same right here. Some other tools that you have that you can use right here, I believe with this right here, you could you could make a little box. Okay, I hadn't played with that before. I'm trying to find, here's a pencil. What we can do with that is we can draw a circle around it. It's not going to let us draw circles. Okay, never mind. I'll stop playing. All right, so we have 3w minus 9w. Now I'm going to call up our document over here. We have 3w plus 7 minus 9w. All right, we already said that this term right here, let's make it yellow, looks the same as this term right here. And we're going to highlight the negative sign with it because that's going to be important. When we combine these terms, we're going to add up all of our w's that we have. We have 3 over here and we have negative 9 over here. So 3 minus 9 gives us negative 6. So there is our negative 6w right there. And then we have this 7 right here that doesn't have anything that combined with it. So we're just going to bring it down and have plus 7. And when you type in your answer over here, you're going to have negative 6w plus 7, just like that, with no spaces in between or anything else. All right, let's look at number 2. Negative 7w minus 8 minus 2w. Well, which ones look the same over here? We have a negative 7w right here, and we have this negative 2w right here. Those look the same. We could combine those. So negative 7 minus 2 gives us negative 9w. And then we have our minus 8 right there that we're going to bring down. So our answer that you would type over here would be negative 9w minus 8. So negative 9w minus 8, just like that. No extra spaces or anything like that. And remember, you always put like this, 2x plus 3 would be negative 9w minus 8. It wouldn't be negative 8 minus 9w. All right, let's look at the third one. Well, what do we have that matches up there? We have an S here and an S here. So we have 6s and we have positive 4s right here. Well, 6 plus 4, 6 s's plus 4 more of them gives us 10s. And then we have that minus 9. So you would type over here 10s minus 9. All right, it's going to look at one more right here, number 4. This time, we only have one Q, but we have these numbers right here that we can combine. All right, so we're going to highlight those. Well, Now, remember that we have to write our answer with the variable first. So we have negative 7q. Now, what is negative 7 plus 2? Well, you're negative 7, but you're going to go a little more. You're going to go back towards 0. So negative 7 plus 2 gives you negative 5. So you would type in negative 7q minus 5. All right. I'm looking down here to see if there's anything you need to be aware of on this. Number 5, notice that there are no just whole numbers there. All you have is negative 6y minus 4y minus 9y. So you can combine all three of those together. I think that's the only one that might throw you for a loop or give you any problems, but you will just simply add those up. Don't make it more complicated than it is, just add them up. Or in this case, you're doing a lot of subtracting. Negative 6 minus 4 gives you negative 10, minus 9 gives you negative 19y, and you just type in negative 19y. All right, so you can pause the video, and I want you to try the rest of these problems on your own. When you finish, make sure that you click I'm done, and then go back to Google Classroom and turn it in there. All right, we're going to look now at the distributive property. This is pretty important when you're simplifying expressions and things like that. So we need to make sure that we understand the distributive property. Again, it says it is good form to write your algebraic expression with the term or terms that have a variable first. For example, 2x plus 3, not 3 plus 2x. Enter your answers in this format with no spaces between numbers, letters, or signs. All right. The distributive property says this. It's kind of like being fair. You have inside these parentheses, you have a 4 and you have a 9w. And remember, when there's a number right next to something like that, that means to multiply by it. But you can't multiply by the 4 and not multiply by the 9w. You can't leave that out. So whatever you do to one, you have to do to the other as well. So right here, we have 2 times 4 plus 9w. Let's make that all black. There we go. All right. So if I do it to one, I have to do it to the other. It's just like when you have equations, and whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do it to the other side. Well, this is distributing. Everybody wants to be multiplied by their 2. And over here, everybody's going to want to be multiplied by their negative 8. So we have 2 times 4 gives us 8. And we have 2 times 9w gives us 18w. And then we said that we have to type our answer like this, 18w plus 8. All right? You have to put it in like that, 18w plus 8. All right, let's look at the second one. We have a negative 8, and then inside these parentheses, we have 6x and we have 3. And we have to multiply the negative 8 times both of them. Well, negative 8 times 6x gives us negative 48x. And then we have to multiply by the 3. So we have negative 8 times 3 gives us negative 24. All right, so we're gonna capture that right there. And we're going to type that into our box right here. And then we're going to look at another one. All right, this question right here. All right, we have a negative 4 outside parentheses, and inside we have negative 4d and a minus 5. And remember, we have to be fair. We have to do it to both. So we have negative 4 times negative 4d. That gives us 16d. Then we have our negative 4, and we have to do it times the negative 5. So negative 4 times negative 5 gives us a positive 20. And we will take that, and we will type that into our box, just like that, with no extra spaces or anything. And I'm cheating because I'm copying and pasting, but you're actually going to have to type. All right. The next one, negative 6 And that's multiplied by 8p plus 3. Means we have to do it to all of it. We can't do it to just the 3 or just the 8p. So negative 6 times 8 gives us negative 48p. And then we have the positive 3 right here. Negative 6 times a positive 3 gives us a negative 18. And so we type that in, negative 48p minus 18. All right. Now, I want you to look at this one right here, the 2 minus 5m times a negative 5. It works exactly the same way. Just move your negative 5 to the other side if you need to write it down and visualize it that way. And you'll be multiplying negative 5 times 2 and negative 5 times negative 5m. And remember to put your m term first. So if we did this one, well, negative 5 times a negative 5 is 25. So that would be 25m. And then negative 5 times a positive 2 gives us a negative 10. All right. I don't see anything else. Oh, right here. This one had a lot of questions on it today. They had a negative sign right outside of the parentheses. Imagine there's a 1 beside that. It's a negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 5 gives you positive 5. Negative 1 times negative 3 gives you a positive 3y. So you can either multiply by negative 1, or you can just do the opposite of what's inside here. And the opposite of a negative 5 is a positive 5. And the opposite of a negative 3v is a positive 3v. So you could just say 3v plus 5. You have one more problem like that down here, so pay attention to that when you see it. All right, I'm going to post this document along with your assignment. You can stop the video now, or I will stop the video actually, stop recording, and you guys can work the problems on this page. Remember to go back to Google Classroom and turn it in when you are finished. All right, good luck. I know you can do this.